Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and I hope you guys have had a lovely Christmas break. I am nice and recharged and it's ready to jump back in with some videos. And then what perfect way to do that than a new mod that's just dropped for Warhammer 3, a very popular mod by ChaosRobie, which was in Warhammer 2, has finally made its appearance. This is the Celestial Hurricanum, a absolutely gorgeous model which I love so much from the tabletop. It's so great to see this here. It's a unit that we're expecting eventually in the form of DLC, but until then, mods, and especially ChaosRobie's mods, will bring them to the fray. So, we can already check out the stats and so on, and as you can see here, this is a pretty interesting chariot. What it's there to do is buff up your troops. This is more or less what it did in the tabletop too. It gives your units some better melee attack, but also increases your magic recharge rate too, so if you've got a lot of spellcasters, this is definitely going to help them boost up a little bit. It's very similar to the Luminarch, but different. The Luminarch is a sniper, it's very slow at firing. This can fire too, but it's a bit faster. It doesn't do as much damage directly, as it's not an artillery piece. Think of this kind of more like a corpse cart or a mortis engine. Yeah, very similar to that. It's definitely a support unit which will very much help you when it comes to extra spellcasting or just making your melee units a little bit better. And it's just one of those units that you're going to want anyway in your armies because, well, it looks freaking cool. Now, it's going to take a while before you're able to actually recruit them in campaign, as you're going to need a tier 5 settlement, same as the Luminarch of Hish. And right now, you can only get it as a actual unit. You can't get it as a mount option for any heroes or anything, but still, it's good to have, and we're going to check it out a little bit more into detail. Again, you can see the stats on screen just in case you want to see them in campaign. Keep in mind that as they get a little bit stronger through ranking up, then they'll be a little bit better, they'll have better stats, mostly in the form of more leadership and stuff. But yeah, so let's check it out here in combat. In combat, it's able to fire even backwards. I'm not too sure why it could do that, because its arc of fire is facing north, but you can see it doesn't do that much damage. It'll still do a decent amount, and it's obviously more beneficial when you're dealing up with enemy blobs, but the idea is that you're going to want this up front with your greatswords, with your halberdiers, anything that's in melee form, and it just is generally better when you have some spellcasters along. So this is the good time if you're using like tabletop caps or you're just building up low-friendly armies. You're pretty much golden here. I have to stress it out. It's not going to do a lot of damage. It's there to increase the damage output of everything else, which I think works out quite well because it's very similar to what it did on the tabletop. I absolutely love them. We're going to have a battle here. I've got a randomly generated Empire army, and I just switched out a character so I could get the Celestial Hurricanum in, and we've got a randomly generated Vampire Council army because that's something that you're going to be dealing against often. And I'm going to tell you my experience about using it on a campaign. I was playing around with a campaign for a while. Really, it's great for those melee-focused, heavy, spellcaster-based armies, which is possibly not that common because you're not going to be using a lot of melee. You're mostly going to be focusing on, handgunners and archers and crossbows and stuff. But if you want a little bit more melee, especially greatswords, which are pretty good for dealing against hordes of undead or even a lot of chaos that you're dealing with because of Festus and so on, it works out great. The unit itself looks absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. It's stunning. And it makes me feel bad that I've only really painted up one on the tabletop. I should really get to the others, but they are a massive ball ache to paint. I'm just going to be very honest about that. But yeah, I was using them around with some armies, and it's just kind of nice to have. Again, this is a unit that I've been highly anticipating for the future of Total War Warhammer 3 in the form of DLC, as it just looks cool, and cool factor is a big thing. ChaosRobie once again proves his ability as an incredibly talented modder. So speaking about the unit itself, it's kind of like how you'd use it on the tabletop. You want to keep it up close to the melee as you want to buff up your troops. It's definitely able to take a decent amount of damage without too much of an issue. It's got decently high leadership. Don't have it like charging in as a chariot because it's not going to do that much damage. Again, the unit itself is not going to do too much, but just have it in the background doing its own little thing and you're pretty much sorted there. You will see here that its range attack isn't that bad, so even then it does a decent amount of damage and then I can start doing the usual stuff. I've played rather defensively here as I wanted to see how the AI would react coming to me. Obviously, since I have a rather strong line of archers, crossbows, and even, I guess you can call it an artillery piece when it's really not. It's more of a chariot, and I guess that the AI will see it more as a chariot than anything else. But yeah, they're charging in, they're getting shot, they're getting destroyed. I'm pretty happy with the results so far. If you're looking for a little bit of a boost to your Empire campaigns, or if you want another reason to play another Empire campaign, which let's be honest, the grand majority of you are playing Empire campaigns anyway, you should definitely use this mod, and a little bit of flavor, mix this up with like Mixtu's Legendary Lords and so on, and get a nice campaign going, something a little bit different. With all that being said, the mod itself can be found in the description below. Let me know what you guys think about the mod in the comments below. I'll let the rest of the battle play out so you can see how it goes. You can see more or less how I was using it, where I'm using it just to set it and forget it, keep the enemy bogged down and boost up the capabilities of some of my front line there, and then just focusing on everything else. But thank you for watching the video, and I shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.
Numidia, guide us! Raise swords!
Formation, march!
Withdraw! Crossbowmen! Sigma! Guide our fire! Pick them off!
Faster! The heavens unleash! Take their heads!
Ranged weapons ready! Formation, march! Battle awaits!
Fire! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Slay them! Crossbowmen! Take aim! Ready for war! Great swords! Yes, my lord!
Bring lightning!
State troops ready! Take the ground! Ready for war! For the Warhammer! The Empire endures! Light is light! Enemy wizards! The Charter Souls! Quick march! Sigma! For Heldenhammer! Shoot! Sir! Yes, General!
I sense convergence!
Great swords! Go! Ready! Soldiers of the Empire! Now!
Quick march! Get them!
Wise counsel! It will be done! No!
Sigmar calls!
Look out, spellcaster! Enemy missile troops! Charge! Sigma! Attack assault! Show us the foe! I command here!
The Empire endures!
We will kill them all! Hurry!
Battle awaits!
Attack!
Look out, spellcaster! By Ulrich's wrath! Astromancy! For Heldenhammer!
Armed and ready! Sigma, guide our fire!